Welcome to Journey to Novelist. This channel is devoted to new writers and those writers that are new to pursuing the goal of becoming a published author. Now that's a goal I've had for a while, is to actually write a novel and get it self-published, but I've never managed to do it. Along the way, however, I have run into an event that happens every November called National Novel Writing Month, and is an event I have participated in several times. I've actually managed to win it twice, and that is I've written 50,000 words of a brand new novel during the month of November. People around the world participate in the event, but I don't get to do it that often because my work schedule tends to get really, really busy in November and December. So I ran across another event that is put on by the same people. You can go to nanowrimo.org, and they have Camp Nanowrimo. Now, Camp Nanowrimo is a more relaxed event. You basically set your own goal, and it can be anything. It could be a number of poems you want to write, or a number of pages, or even if you're working on a school paper or something like fan fiction, you can create a goal so long as it's writing related and try to complete it in the Camp NaNoWriMo months. There are 2 months that they do this, April and July, and I'm going to participate in both this year. But what I've done is I've created a database of all the projects I can remember, all the ones I could find notes on that I've started and stopped throughout the years. I have 35 of them. And I've also found a random number generator that is this wheel here. You can find this at Picker Wheel Tools Random Number Generator, and you can find that online to use. And I encourage you to maybe do the same thing if you have a bunch of old projects that you haven't worked on for a while, or a bunch of ideas for projects. Make a list of them and use a random number generator like this to choose a project to work on during the Camp NaNoWriMo. Now, I have 35 projects listed here, but not all of them are going to be a good choice. Some of them are nonfiction, and I don't want to work on any of those, and some of them are part of a long series of books that are very complicated, and I don't think I have the skills yet to actually complete any of those, so I want to avoid those. So I'm going to actually spin the wheel and let it choose a story for April and one for July. And if I run across any of the ones I definitely don't want to work on, I will respin the wheel to choose something different. But I'm going to let it pick 2 projects, and then I'm going to pick a software to use, because I've been looking at software that you can get relatively inexpensively that's writing related, and there are 6 here that I think have something to offer, and I'd like to see if they actually work for me. They are Storyweaver, Writeway Pro, New Novelist 3, YWriter 7, FreeWriter, and Babisco. And there's 6 of them, so after I choose the 2 projects, I will go back and I will set this to a number related to these softwares and let it also pick the software that I will use. And then during those 2 months of April and July, as I work on my project, I'll check in with the channel a couple times a week and let you know what I'm working on and how the software is working for me. So that's the goal, and that's what I have planned for the channel coming up in April and July. And along the way, I will also try to give you some idea of how I'm going about planning and how that's working for me. I'll try to provide you with some of the websites I go to and other information that I'm using to work on these novels. So let's give it a quick spin and find out my first novel that I'm going to work on. Now, I'm going to right away say that if it lands on this one, Battle Broken, this is the project I'm currently working on, that I'm working on now, and I will work on between the 2 months of April and July and continue on after to try to actually finish it. It's like my current in-process work. So if I land on that, I will skip it and choose something else for that as well. So let's give it a quick spin. And I'll get a pen so I can write down these numbers. number 6. So exciting. I'm going to go into my database here and try to find record number 6. Because since there's only 35 records, I can do it just by record 6. Third Blood Moon. Okay, Third Blood Moon was a fantasy vampire novel. And I guess it's a very old vampire. Okay, so Third Blood Moon. So I'm going to write that down, number 6. Because I'll want that number again if I want to add the software to. I'm going to quickly go in here and add a phase for this called April Camp Nano 2022. And I'm going to start that on April 1st. So I'll just put that there. And I'm going to use the traditional Nanowrimo goal of 50,000 words. And it's a unit type goal, and the end date for that goal is going to be the end of April, so 30 days. And I'll come back to this and I will add the software to this as well after the fact. So let's spin for the July project. July project. Number 22. Again, I'm going to go in here and put 22. Oops, it didn't take it. Ship of Ages. Okay, this was a science fiction story. 22. These are both fairly old projects, so it's pretty exciting to see where I can go with these. Okay, this was with space pirates. Okay, sounds interesting. So let's go and put this here as July Nano Camp 2022, and I will start that on July 1st. And I will again go for the 50,000 words by the end of July. And July has 31 days, so I'm a little bit better off on that one. Okay, so now I have the 2 stories picked. Ship of Ages is the July one. So I'm going to take and set this to 6 because that's how many softwares I have. And I'm going to give it a spin. And we'll just go ahead and do the July one since it's sitting on that record. One. So I'm going to try out the Storyweaver 3 software for this project. So I will come back in here and I will make a note of that. Storyweaver 3. Done. Whoops, I misspelled that. Sometimes my right hand types a little bit faster than my left. Okay, so let's go back to finding the other project. Third Blood Moon. And I will open that one up and we will do the same thing. We will remove a Storyweaver from the options and change this back to 5 and give it a spin. And we'll find out what software we'll use in April. 1, 2, 3, 4 free writer. So in April we will try to use free writer and see how that works for the project. So those are the 2 projects and the 2 softwares we're going to, or rather I am going to be trying to use for Camp Nanowrimo for 2022. Now, if you are interested in any of these softwares or finding out about them or where you can get them, you can look on the channel for the other videos that review or give a quick look at softwares that you can get for under $30 that run on the Windows desktop without having to have an internet connection. Because I know some people don't have stable connections and some people don't have a lot of money to spend on software. I happen to actually like software, so I have a tendency to buy a lot of it. But these ones are all either free or under $30. And I know that FreeWriter is free, and I believe Storyweaver was free as well. So I will try those two softwares out, and during the months of April and July, what I will do is check in a couple of times a week during those months as I'm working on these projects and let you know what exactly I'm working on and how the software is helping me or hindering me, and just my general feel for how the project and the month is going. I encourage you to check in and put your own comments as to what you're working on as we go along. So find a random number generator, make a list of your projects, and join me in April and July for Camp Nanowrimo. Again, you can sign up officially for Camp Nanowrimo at the nanowrimo.org website. So if you like this kind of content and you're struggling to become a published author and just want somebody to join you in that struggle, well, that's me. And you can subscribe to the channel and find out what I find out as I explore and try to create my own method of writing novels. So thank you for joining me. Subscribe, come back again, and see what other content I add on this channel, Journey to Novelist.